There you go again, flying off into the distance to fight with ghosts. Welcome, Black folks. It is your boy, Mr. Anime Wizard, the great sage equal to heaven. Mr. Raheem ain't here today. Mr. Raheem ain't here today. So I'm here to give it to y'all. He left me with one specific instruction. Mr. Wizard, you got to get on Spider-Man No Way Home. You got to give the people the review. You got to give it to the people. I can't do it at the moment. You got to do it, Mr. Wizard. You got to be the one. You got to be the one to explore the Spider-Verse. You got to be it. So here I am. I just saw No Way Home. I'm here to give my honest thoughts. Let's do this. All right, so overview. First things first, spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. If you have not seen No Way Home, go see it. I do not want to see any comments down there saying I spoiled stuff. Y'all have had a week. Go see the movie if you haven't. Also, you'll get the reference why I'm wearing these. You'll get the reference. If you do, drop it down in the comments. Okay, my main overview. This isn't the best Spider-Man movie ever made. No Way Home isn't the best Spider-Man movie. I'm sorry, folks. It's not. It got overhyped to me, in my honest opinion. Like, it has a lot of moments. Like, I'm a deep dive. It has a lot of moments. The 3 Spider-Men teaming up, the Sinister Six, Aunt May dying. It has all of these moments, but very few of them really add anything to the narrative, thematically speaking. Very few of them. Aunt May dying, it does add something to Tom Holland Peter throughout the movie and him going forward, because now there's responsibility for him bringing people into his life. Like that, like it does add something to that. But we did not need the great power, great responsibility speech. We did not need that because he already knew it. He, like in Captain America Civil War, he basically paraphrased that. And I quote, "If you can do the things that I can do, but then bad things still happen, and you choose not to," all right, let me start over. "If you can do the things that I can do, but you don't, and then bad things happen, they happen because of you." He paraphrased, like that is great power, great responsibility is a mentality that he already knew. We did not need to get it. We did not need to get it a third time. We didn't need that. Or, well, really 4th time if you count Spider-Verse. Segueing to the Sinister Six for a bit. All right, let me give an overview of them. They did a phenomenal job on Green Goblin. They did a phenomenal job on him. Him being this sympathetic, like Norman Osborn taking back over, being the sympathetic figure trying to fight the Goblin inside of him, being a sympathetic figure that Aunt May feels sorry for, and then the Goblin persona kicks back in. Phenomenal job. Willem Dafoe, always a win. Always a win. Doc Ock, carrying on his stuff from Spider-Man 2, being the sympathetic villain. He does a phenomenal job at that. Electro, I love that Jamie Foxx got a second shot at being Electro. He did a much better job here than he did in Amazing Spider-Man 2, because that movie was trash. Come on now, that movie was trash. He did a phenomenal job this time around. Sandman, he carries on his characteristics from Spider-Man 3, like him being somewhat a decent person, like helping out Peter when Electro first shows up, wondering what's going on. He just wants to go back to his family. I don't entirely understand why he's fighting them by the end. I don't entirely understand why. Like, Like you and Peter were cool. You were cool with Peter a little bit ago. Like you were cool with Peter at the beginning of the movie. Not much happened between the two of you between those 2 points, buddy. I don't know why you're now throwing sand hands at him. I don't get it. Also, the lizard. He was also there. That's all I can say. He was also there. Like my overall thoughts on the villains, they should have just straight up done the Sinister Six. Well, first off, they should have put another person in there because I was theorizing who was going to be the sixth man. They only had 5 villains. If they're doing the Sinister Six, who else are they going to add? They didn't add anybody. Like y'all should have just like also the villains were not working together. They were not really working together at all. Like it felt more like it didn't feel like a unified force against the Spider-Men. It just felt more like, well, we're just kind of fighting these guys in this. We're kind of just having individual fights in the same area. We're not really working together per se. We're just kind of here. Like I will say it again. They should have just went ahead and done the Sinister Six for one main reason. DC is already planning on doing a Legion of Doom. They're already planning on doing it. Why not beat them to the punch? Why not beat them to the punch? Y'all had the perfect opportunity to do the Sinister Six right there, and y'all didn't take it. Come on now. It writes itself. All right. Let me talk about the main draw of the movie. Wait. One more thing before I go on to them. Let me talk about Tom Holland one more for a bit. I do like that the entire catalyst for this whole thing starting is Tom Holland just being a naive kid, him being a good person, like him wanting to keep the villains from getting killed, despite the fact that it's not his problem. Like that is within the Spider-Man character, not wanting to kill people, unnecessarily. Like he doesn't have not wanting to kill people if he doesn't have to. And then by the end, him just going ballistic and almost killing Green Goblin. C'est magnifique. All right, let me talk about the 3 Spider-Men. Like I just now talked about Tom Holland, so I'm gonna talk about the other two. All right. Andrew Garfield. This movie was meta because they were constantly dunking on the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and rightfully so. Those movies sucked. They were just full on bashing on him, just being like, I kind of suck between you two. Like between you two, I'm kind of the odd man out. And them just telling him, no, you're an amazing Spider-Man. Stop with the self-deprecation. You are an amazing Spider-Man. They are being meta with this. Like there is a whole other message to it, and I will point it out. Like they are being blatant with it. Like, but once again, aside from the Gwen Stacy thing, like I do like that he has that Gwen Stacy moment, like saving MJ, not wanting it to happen again. I do like that he has that, but overall, he doesn't add anything thematically outside of being a punching bag. Outside of them punching down on the Amazing Spider-Man movies, he doesn't really add much else. Like I do like that he has a moment with Electro by the end, but it doesn't really mean that much. Like it doesn't really mean that much per se, because well, they're going to go right back to their universe anyway, so who cares? And let's talk about Dad Maguire. Let's talk about Dad Maguire, which is now what I insist they call him. Y'all had Bully Maguire. Now we got Dad Maguire. I was full on expecting to see the bully come back. Nah. Let's get the dad. He should, like, I'm not saying like what they should have done for him. I'm not saying rip off Spider-Verse, but rip off Spider-Verse. Perfect mentor right there. A Spider-Man who has been at it for decades, broken down, but still puts on the costume, still goes out swinging. that was a perfect system right there. Like I feel like his presence in the movie just amounted to nothing but nostalgia to me. Like he didn't add anything that he didn't add anything. The moments with him and Doc Ock were pretty much just ripped straight from Spider-Man 2. That, that that's it. That's all you really get from the guy who started it all. But I just feel bad. I just feel bad because because all three Spider-Man's moments together, like it is really good. It is like all of their moments together are really good. Like the previously mentioned, like Tom Holland and Toby talk, like telling Andrew Garfield, no man, you're a great Spider-Man. You're doing good. You're doing good. Stop beating yourself up. You're doing a great job. To them all, to them being amazed that Tobey Maguire doesn't have web cartridge. He just makes his own webs. He just makes his own webs. Them just being amazed at that. Them being impressed that child Spider-Man went to space. Like like Andrew Garfield popping Tobey Maguire's back because years of being Spider-Man does a lot to his old spinal cord. It does a lot. Like I love those moments and it is so adorable. But they don't have a whole lot thematically. Like not like Spider-Verse. Like Spider-Verse, they had like the Spider-Men were there. Like there was a whole bunch of Spider-Man, but Peter B. Parker and Spider-Gwen added things to Miles thematically. Like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire didn't add anything to Tom Holland. They were just there. Like, I don't know. Like it should have been like the whole movie in general should have been a proper send-off that Tobey Maguire and especially Andrew Garfield deserved. Like these two deserve a send-off. Especially Andrew Garfield since his third movie got cut. Speaking of, my next point, this entire movie feels like it's just setting up more stuff. It feels like it's setting up more stuff. Like it feels less like it's its own contained story and feels more like it's just kind of setting stuff up. Like a loner Spider-Man now that he's choosing to just let his friends live their lives, he's going off on his own again. That like moments like that, it just I don't know. Like it's like it's like they're setting stuff up, but they're not really adding much to the movie narrative itself. Like this entire movie feels like it's just setting stuff up. It's set up for more movies down the line, which already kind of bother me because the Spider-Man movies work in threes. Come on now. We just had a trilogy. Like we had the Sam Raimi Tobey Maguire trilogy. Andrew Garfield was gonna get a trilogy, and then the budget got cut. Tom Holland just got a trilogy. Spider-Man movies work in three, dang it, come on now. But we're gonna get some more Spider-Man movies, it looks like, because with Morbius coming out, them dropping Daredevil in here, it looks like that's what we're gonna get. Like, I don't know. This movie just didn't hit that hard to me. Like I still give it a 7 out of 10, but it wasn't the greatest Spider-Man movie to ever be made. Like what a lot of people what a lot of people feel it is, and what a lot of people theorize it was going to be. Like it should have been the ultimate Spider-Man movie. We're bringing all these guys together. It's a history of the Spider-Man movies from 2000 to now. Look at how far we have come. Look, this is your chance to say goodbye to all of these Spider-Man villains. All of these Spider-Man. This is your chance to say goodbye to the Spider-Man that you grew up with. But it just didn't feel like that. It just didn't feel like that. It's just more setting up the MCU. Like it's just more groundwork for the MCU. It's less of a send-off and more of a, Hey, look at this. Look at how much money we spent on all of these characters. Come look at them. You guys remember Bully Maguire, right? Come on, dig on this. You guys remember that? You guys remember Amazing Spider-Man 2? No, yeah. Look, we're doing these guys better. Now Andrew Garfield is jaded. Now Jamie Foxx actually gets to do something. Come on now. I don't know. Mr. Rahim, I wish you the best. My brother. I can't wait to hear your thoughts whenever you get back. And once again, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by to see Mr. Wizard's thoughts. Y'all know what y'all need to do. Go down in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all thought of Spider-Man No Way Home. Tell me what y'all thought of it. Hit that like button too. Put some pressure on that notification bell. Put some pressure on it. Like I'm smashing in another universe. Put some pressure on that notification bell and subscribe to the What If series for more videos. Also, we're saving the post-credit save for later. We'll get to it. I hope you enjoyed the show. And we'll meet again, Spider-Man. We'll meet again.